Okay, we're back. We're going to clear out Dungeon, and we're going to clear out Orc. Definitely don't want to eat any melee from this two-headed ogre with 66 hit points. It's just not enough. In fact, we may even want to train some more fighting before too much time has passed. Which would have the added side effect of making us a little bit better at attacking as well. You know, in Viz, that would be something nice to find as a spell. No such luck, unfortunately. Let's check out this robe real quick. And the staff. Ooh, nice. MR plus, that means I can go ahead and wear my MP plus 9 again. Staff of Summoning, huh? Oh, it is N plus 4. Okay, let's go back. Oh, it's Herald. We have RF plus, so I'm not as concerned about his Fire Blast as I could be. I should probably keep the the mace on all the time. Not that it probably doesn't increase my spell power all that much, honestly. Well, we can see 76%, 78%, so on a Hippogriff at least, 2% increased chance to confuse. So it's, you know, it's present. Unique robe here. Whoa! Well, it's got a fun amount of AC, but otherwise it's not very good. I'm not going to take an MR penalty. Not just for a few points of AC, that's for sure. Not to worry, we're going to get out of this. It's just Fulminate Prism, this stuff. All right. Have fun netting my fulminant prism. That's one way to deal with that. Okay, let's leave. He's dead. We have a ton of throwing nets. Okay, we've got the Orcish Mines. Let's see how it turns out down here. We unfortunately hit a teleport trap. Gonna make a bit of noise here. Didn't really want to use so many fulminant prisms, makes a lot of noise, but it worked out. We're fine. Plus it just kills them so quickly. Large groups of these guys. Really, really easily. Got a little early shop here on 01, that's nice to see. Would be nice to have a conjuration staff. Hey, blinking. I'll take torment as well just to identify it. And recharging. Okay, yeah, I want to enchant up Quick Blade more. Now we've got Summon Forest really, really competitively castable. I think at this point, more than anything, we want Fighting, stealth, and conjurations. Conjurations will make our fulminant prism significantly stronger very quickly. This is questionable. Let's go up. Too much stuff around us. We made some noise, which is good. Should have brought things to that staircase, but it didn't really. Let's try door number 3. Okay, this is a little questionable. It's not ideal. A little too much in the way of smiting available to us here. So let's consider whether we even want to be on this floor. Well, I'm gonna Hail Mary this. I'm gonna try to invis. I'm next to way too much stuff. Let's drink agility. That was not enough damage. Okay, that's pretty good. We're invis, that doesn't make us like immune to damage or anything, so let's charm. Let's charm. Well, Hellwing is unfortunately not really gonna do it for us. What to do here? I want Shroud up. Well, Forest is doing some work. I am going to, well, I want a Fireball, but unfortunately the Dryad's in the way. Charm the Warg. Really concerned about this dude, but he can't do a ton to me without swooping. Let's make some Vipers. Hellwing dies. Stab the priest, High Priest. I get the stab on these allies, soon to be enemies. Man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to fulminant, but we're making a lot of noise anyway with these forests. Okay, can we be paralyzed? We cannot. We try to get the paralyze, it doesn't, or get the confused, but it doesn't work. Let's step backwards and let the forest do the work. Nice, it's dead. Still afraid of Bolt of Draining. Tempted to memorize Tuck Dance here. I don't think we need it necessarily. Oh boy. Cool, we got the sorcerer, that's what I wanted. Now we will bail. Stab this guy to death, fine. Leaving is still an option, by the way. I haven't forgotten that. Oh, hey, Book of Conjuration. Sith Moon a gift. Not terribly useful for us right now. Alright, I think there will be less things here now. Oh, and I am so wrong. Sucks. You know, they managed to put, like, just right by all these staircases, they managed to put all the worst possible stuff. I think, considering the amount of damage that we could take in theory from smites, bolts, and so on, let's finish out the dungeon before we do this. We're playing with gas here. And we'll come back with at least we'll have a little more hit points, you know. Maybe we'll somehow have our neg. Oh, let's shroud and blink out of this. Oh, Snurgle. Deep Elf Mage, let's try to get the confuse on him. We succeed. Gonna need to think on what we're gonna do about Nergal here. Remember, skeletons will happily walk into flame. These guys have pretty decent MR. It's better to just dazzle spray them until they're blind. That's not working. just use forest, I guess. Okay, we're going to want to watch out for Nergal. Oh. Hello, Rupert. 2% paralyzed as well. Well, we'll put on MR plus, I suppose. Slime creatures are no big deal. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, Rupert's going to be a bit of a problem. Can't really confuse him very reliably, and we have to get him down quickly, or he'll berserk and he'll run right into me. So this is not a great place to be right now. Can't even forest, really. No, we could Fulminate Prism, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go up. Kinda sucks. We spent a few squares, or we spent a few turns, rather, up there, so I was pretty confident these slime creatures wouldn't be next to the staircase. You know what? I'm gonna just spam the confuse. Oh wow, he can do a lot of damage with his rocks. All it takes is one. Just one has to succeed. There we go, got him. Now I just hit him until I get the stab. Off guard, there we go, that's one stab and two stabs. Just kind of keep following that stab paradigm against these guys. Pretty good, right? Oh wow, we got paralyzed there. That's very bad. I mean, he was confused, but that's exactly why I don't want to be next to this dude, even if he's disabled. Very unlikely to die in a situation like that. But still. Oh, come on, give me the stab. Reverse the confuse, get the stab. gonna get a little bit of strength for when stat drain becomes a problem. We'll go ahead and train some dodging as well. Oops. Got the confuse. We'll use forest. He's so gonna walk into the deep water. There he goes. That's fine. He probably didn't have anything I needed. Oh wait, no, if he dies and the forest goes away, then... It's an interesting combo that I'm surprised I haven't really thought about before. Forest plus confuse, things walk into the water and die. Let's turn off scrolls of enchant weapon, because we have a +9 quick blade now. Not much to really say about that engage. I was just hanging out at the staircase. You'll notice I didn't move from the staircase because, well, of course it's safer to be on a staircase than to not be on one. Especially if you're making a ton of noise like this. Although I don't recommend making all this noise. It's not fully optimal by any means at this point in the game anyway. Hey, Malign Gateway. Bugged or not, it's a really good spell. I think it's time to amnesia some stuff off. Sticky Flame, as much as I like it, I'm not going to use that anymore. Being next to things is bad. That alone is enough to give me Gateway. Summonings and translocations, fine. Cause Fear is also a really good one. Having Fear Scroll on tap basically is hugely good. I was trying to demonstrate that at DSAR that I lost, but didn't quite get a chance. On this character, it's going to be awesome. What else gave me amnesia? Well, we're using basically all of this except for the Mana Vipers, and even those are useful sometimes. We're not using Mephitic Cloud anymore. Let's take that off. Now, what else? Fireball, I guess. It's nice to be able to blow through trees, but otherwise we're not really using it. Yeah, we'll take off Fireball. Let's make this capital E, and now we can make things run away from us. Like so. Walguard looks frightened, see? They can resist, but not very well. Wow, I really don't want to be lightning bolted. But he's dead, that's fine. I need to test something. Ogre Mage. Still can't paralyze me if I take off the MR plus ring. So we're good now on MR for a while. Only put it on for Rupert, really. Wow, I did not mean to cast that so soon. Why did it let me cast that without warning me that it had a very high fail rate? Weird things going on with that spell lately. And we've got the tentacle errors. Oh man, it's a real shame that that's glitched out. I may report that soon. It's still a good spell, it's just not nearly as good as it used to be. And I don't think it's on purpose. That's set up that way. I mean, we're seeing debug messages and things, so of course it's not intended. In fact, I may put this character on hold for extended because I really do need to rely on Malign Gateway. He's confused, we can get the stab. He cannot one-shot me. I imagine Volts is on this floor. Since we keep seeing all these Vault guards. Confuse that. Confuse that. Well, I was trying to get a few more stabs, but looks like my forest did the work for me. Some mana back before we engage this guy. You know, Dith Minos might actually be a decent swap for this character. We'll see. Roar battle. Okay. Magic map to get to the vault, portal vault, I should say. Should be fine. Plenty of time, and we know where it is now, so. Maybe we'll get lucky and find like a manual of fighting in there. Confuse is really, really good. Vampire mosquitoes can be a little annoying, but not if you've got access to Confuse. Okay, this is okay. These guys cannot one-shot me. So I'll go up and try to stab. Okay. Blink across these things here. You can, in fact, put fulminant prisms on the water, in case you didn't know. Oh, that's not so smart. Oh no. Yeah, I messed up here by making this thing go hostile. We're marked. Okay, he disappeared. I guess we're gonna try to fight all this stuff. That's no doubt coming. That's brilliance. It'll just take out everything for me. Don't you dare. Ah, it breaks. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy and paste this, and I'm just gonna like make a post on Reddit, I guess. The spell is significantly less useful if you can't use it off screen. Still powerful, still good. Just not as good. Hey, a swap on for MR. Not that we really need anymore, but I'm gonna grab it nonetheless. Some boots that we cannot wear because our feet are too tiny. Dagger of Venom, certainly don't need that. Alright, so we found nothing useful here, but we got experience, so fine. Okay, the wizard. He can definitely do a lot of damage to us with Crystal Spear and other things, so let's get the confuse on him first. Actually, let's make a forest. Now he's confused as well. Easy enough. Alright, this is an interesting little vault that's completely not worth going into, so we're not going to do it unless we had Shatter, I guess. Found a lot of unusable artifacts. Gloves, boots in the Bailey. But that's what happens when you play a Spriggan. The goal is to keep as much stuff confused at the same time as possible. If you've either made a mistake or just been unlucky and pulled too many things, it's easy enough to... Whoa! It's easy enough to keep them under control. Let's put on MR Plus for this dude. He can't do anything to me now except for bite me. Trees do just fine, keeping the stuff off my back. You may find yourself doing a very similar thing anytime you play a Spriggan caster. I think this is the most optimal way to do it. Start out as a hexer, move into summonings and translocations. Pretty standard way, I think, to play a Spriggan caster. We could have climbed up the hill of using fire and conjurations for the whole time, but I'd rather work within my aptitudes than try to work against them. In my experience, you have a much easier time when you go with the flow, so to speak, of how your character wants to develop, instead of trying to force a character to do something it's not good at. I don't necessarily just mean aptitudes. Like if you find particular books, particular items, particular god even, don't remain devoted to, you know, oh, I wanted to play a Rue Worshipper when you find Trog on D1, you know. That sort of thing. Still don't have much hit points. I shouldn't be duking out these guys even if they are confused, probably, if I have any damage at all. I will not walk up to these guys while they're sleeping. Oops. Because they could wake up and blast me. Instead, I confuse from far away. Alright, that's dungeon. Now we've left Orc to do. maybe enough time has passed that this is less obnoxious. And we do have about 25 more hit points, which is huge. I think I only had 50 when I rolled in here last time. You know what? I'm going to walk away. I feel comfortable doing this because I have Brilliance. And I have Malign Gateway. As long as it doesn't glitch out on me too hard, should be okay. I even have Cost Fear too, so... Did I just miscast? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, Sorcerer's dead. Interesting set of books here. Some summons. Deflect missiles is nice to see. In fact, we're going to memorize that. I want to amnesia some things off. We don't have any amnesia, but we're worshipping Sif, so that's no big deal. But what would we amnesia off? I guess we don't really need Fulminant Prism anymore, since we've got Malign Gateway and Summoned Forest. Really do the same job if you're going to kite things. Conjure Flame we don't strictly need, but it blocks Ice Blasts from Rime Drakes and Ice Dragons and Bolt of Cold and whatnot, so kind of want to keep it. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna amnesia off Fulminant. Keeping Dazzle Spray because it's a little more convenient to use. Demissile. It's a huge benefit, although we do need to pump the spell power a bit. It's a shame that none of the elemental magics, it's a shame we're not good at any of them. Air and Earth is the best it gets, and that's -1. Conjurations is -3, so we just have a rough time with that stuff. Then again, we have -2 in summonings, and I'm learning that. Try to get the stab on this guy. Got him. Could get smited here, and we are getting smited, but we kill these things so quickly that it's not a huge deal anymore. As long as we've got a decent engage, a decent battlefield setup, so that we can either walk away or come close and kill them super fast. So this is a very, very contested orc too, but in the end, we clear it. You can kill anything in here. The only problem is if there's just so much that it becomes difficult to work your magic, you know. Alright. Had the wrong weapon on. Doing this sort of awkward thing where I swap between the mace for intelligence and a slight spell power boost, and the quick blade for stabbing. But the spell power boost isn't really necessary when all I'm doing is Confusing wimpy little orcs. Really putting up trees speculatively in case more stuff shows up. Wasn't strictly necessary for that fight or some of the others I used it in. Okay, we'll get some potions. Put some of this stuff on the list, but not buy it. I will buy... well, I won't buy Scroll of Silence. Hey, we got Acquirement. What do we want to use Acquirement for? I'll tell you what, not book. We've got Sif Muna, so we don't need any more books. She will provide. So, what do we need? Could do armor. Our rings are pretty good. Our amulet is fine, although it's not doing a ton for us. Well, it's getting us book gifts faster, which is really good, so now it is doing well. We need a hat. We don't have a hat yet. I'm thinking armor is the move here. Or staff. But we already have a staff of something, I'm just not using it. Let's go armor. Buckler. That's fire resistance, but how much training do we need? 7.2. At -3. Oh, I mean, that's actually a good thing. That RF Plus is nice, but I don't think I'm ready. To put it on just yet. As for this stuff, hey, Dragon's Call, that's interesting. Spellforge Servitor. Book of Enchantments has Discord, I like to see that. Necromancy, Power. Wow, we have all the books we would ever want for the rest of the game in here. That's awesome. Wow. Good stuff. Well, we're definitely going to pick up Discord, I'll tell you that. We can probably almost, yeah, we can almost cast it now. And that'll make V5 very simple to do. And Slime even as far as TRJ goes. So we need to decide if I'm going to focus on that or Malign Gateway first. I don't really need Mana Vipers, but they're useful because I'm almost using it as like butterflies at this point. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I will learn butterflies. And I will Amnesia off Mana Viper. As useful as it is, I'd rather have Discord. And we'll train nothing with spellcasting until I have 2 more levels. Ha! Lightning scales. Look how expensive. 3,400 gold. I will buy this artifact just to see what it is. Could be minus Talon, but it's not. Okay. Decent stuff in here. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna buy this Scroll of Vulnerability and Bread. Scroll of Vulnerability is hugely, hugely, hugely good on a Hexer. Amazing stuff. And a couple more even. Nice. So, you know, Scroll of Vulnerability is essentially an instant kill against anything that's not totally magic immune. Because, well, especially with Discord, but also with just Confuse, you can just take things out, you know? On a Hexer, anyway. Unfortunately, there was not enough experience for me to get both of these things. I also want to get Yara's at some point, because that's a good spell. As usual, with this main caster, I just don't have enough spell levels to do all the fancy things I'd like to do. Tempted to turn off Conjure Flame. Yeah, let's turn off Conjure Flame. We're getting to the point where it's less useful. Any Amnesia? Nope. We'll do it the Sif Moon away. Alright, so we'll learn... we're going to learn Yara's first, I think. Well... Now, we'll learn Discord. So that's cool. That's an I win button versus large groups of monsters. Really nice stuff. So with that said, we just have to decide if we're going to go to Spider Nest or Shoals, both of which are really, really disgusting for us right now. Really bad. The lack of our poise, which we could get from that robe, I suppose, is really a problem. I don't think I have anything to worry about from MR in there, so that's a thing. But even with our poise, we're still gonna have a bit of an issue down there. But I feel better about that than Shoals until I get my demissile up a little bit. This will give me a chance to get demissile up. So we'll just train some air, and some charms, and some spellcasting. We'll even train some... Well, I was going to say we'll train some transmutations, but we don't have any transmutations memorized yet. That's okay. Yeah, I think we're in for a slightly iffy part of the run. But, yeah, another reason I want to do this first is Yara's will be more useful in Shoals. Will be useful in Shoals, I mean to say. You can Yara's off certain obnoxious things in there, even on yourself if you feel like it. Like, I think you can Yara's off Mesmerize, things like that. Yeah, so next time we'll do Spider. Maybe Shoals, same video, I haven't really decided, depends on how quick it is. But we're doing pretty well on spells here. We should be able to just pull right through. Why is Deflect Missiles 100%? What? It wasn't 100% a minute ago. Oh, it must be because I already have demissile and I didn't know that it did that. Odd. Okay, well, anyway, until next time, I am signing out.